Everything leaked about all Liverpool exits. Welcome to the Liverpool channel. If you are a faithful fan and want to stay on top of everything that happens with the Reds, subscribe to the channel and click the bell not to miss anything. Liverpool's layoff list for next season. Reds seeks to rebuild the squad and bring in new parts. For this, it needs to release athletes who, perhaps, are not of great interest in the squad. Change is coming to Anfield this summer, and with good reason. This is undoubtedly the end of an era at Liverpool, with complicated struggles on the field this season, compounded by uncertainty off it. The club is for sale, the sporting director is leaving, a new stand is being opened and a new team needs to be built, with contracts expiring, key players aging and Jurgen Klopp's midfield in particular in need of a makeover. Serious reinforcement. The coach has already hinted that a reform is likely to take place. Jude Bellingham is the Reds' biggest transfer target, with the likes of Matheus, Nunes and Teun Koopmeiners also linked to the club. A summer of spending is on the cards, regardless of whether Liverpool qualify for next season's Champions League. It is likely that the Reds are also busy in terms of expenses, with a number of players expected to leave the club. Below, Goal lists some of the names that could be heading to Anfield's outdoor, looking for other teams to be a part of. Oxlade-Chamberlain's 6-year stay on Merseyside is due to end this summer when his contract expires. The midfielder, with spells for the England national team, has not been able to maintain a regularity in recent years, but has served as a useful option for Klopp, playing on the wing or in midfield. But at 29, he turns 30 in August, Oxlade-Chamberlain's time at Anfield is over. He will not be offered a new contract, and the player has already been linked with a move to several Premier League clubs, including West Ham and Southampton. Probability of leaving? 10/10. Naby Keita, another out-of-contract player at the end of this season. Keita has found himself back on the pitch for the Reds' last 3 games, starting in each of the games and helping to improve a midfield that had suffered so much before. The Guinean's injury history, however, means that any optimism surrounding his form must be heeded, and the fact that there has been no progress in talks over a new deal does not bode well. Several German clubs have expressed an interest in signing the 27-year-old to a contract. Probability of leaving? 8/10. Roberto Firmino. If Klopp gets what he wants, Firmino will stay at Liverpool. The Brazilian will be a free agent in June, but his manager is eager for him to extend his contract for at least another year, believing he still has an important role to play. So far, though, there has still been no resolution. Firmino is understood to be open to the idea of remaining on Merseyside, but he is expected to receive lucrative offers from elsewhere, and the arrival of Cody Gakpo in January hardly bodes well for his future prospects. Probability of leaving? 5/10. James Milner. The latest out-of-contract of Liverpool's quartet, Milner was expected to leave the club last summer, only to sign a 1-year extension in June. A repeat this time around cannot be ruled out, Klopp commented recently, but at 37, the Vice captain certainly doesn't represent the long term, and with the Reds ready to bring in at least 2 midfielders, and probably more, it could be the right time for Milner to move on. If he does, he has played more than his part in a wonderful time on Merseyside, as one of the great players in the team's winning era. Probability of leaving? 7/10. Fabinho. Of all Liverpool's struggles this season, Fabinho's have perhaps been the most baffling. The Brazilian, at his best, is one of the best midfielders in world football, but his form has been very different since the summer, to the point where 18-year-old Stefan Bajcetic has been selected ahead of him in recent years. Games. Klopp is likely to keep faith in the 29-year-old, who can also play in central defender if required, but he will want to see signs of improvement soon, and a big offer from elsewhere could give him a decision to make. Probability of leaving? 3/10. Joel Matip. He was Klopp's first signing as Liverpool manager, but is this the end of the road for the Cameroonian? There have been growing whispers from within the club that Matip might move this summer. Virgil van Dijk and Konaté appear to be the Reds' preferred pair of centre-backs, while Joe Gomez signed a long-term deal last summer and offers a national team option. Matip will enter the final year of his contract in the summer, and if a suitable offer were received for the 31-year-old, it would be hard to refuse. Probability of leaving? 6/10. Mohamed Salah. He couldn't leave, could he? Having signed a new 3-year deal last summer, Salah has been tentatively linked with a move away this summer, with Paris Saint-Germain among those interested. His play for Liverpool this season has been spotty, but it would still be a big surprise if the Reds look to sell him. He is still, after all, the club's talisman and top scorer, and having worked so hard to keep him, why would they look to get rid of the Egyptian now? Probability of leaving? 2/10. Want to have quick and exclusive news about Liverpool? Then subscribe to the channel and click the bell not to miss anything.